Guys, it's Melanie. Happy Wednesday. Welcome back. I hope your day is off to a fantastic start. So on Monday of this week, I shared my Sephora wish list or cart, if you will. Actually, let's scroll up here for a second because look at this. I have reduced the size of my cart just a little bit more. And that is because after filming, I actually realized that a few of the things that I had in my Sephora cart could actually be moved over to my Ulta cart because Ulta also sent me a 20% off code. So thanks, Ulta. I love the competition between these two right now. Ulta is well aware of the fact that Sephora has this spring savings event coming up, and you know they are very excited to compete with Sephora. Ulta keeps gobbling up a lot of the same brands that Sephora carries, and I don't know. I don't think it's boding well for Sephora. In most of my comments below videos where I do like Sephora sale recommendations and stuff, a lot of people are saying these days that you guys aren't shopping at Sephora anymore. You moved over to Ulta, and I totally get it. I have Rouge status at Sephora this year. I don't think that I'm going to earn it for next year, and I'm totally okay with it because I can get a lot of the same things that I want at Sephora at Ulta now, and the reward system is so much better. I talked a lot more about that on Monday, so go watch that video. It'll be linked in the description box. But yeah, I think Sephora is not doing themselves any favors here. But if you do still happen to have Rouge status right now at Sephora and you're looking for some recommendations, that's what I want to give you guys today with this video. These are all tried and true favorites of mine, products that I absolutely adore. There are probably a lot of things that you're going to be surprised to not see on this list, but the reason is that you can find those things at Ulta, and you can probably, save more money over there if you have a 20% off and maybe only 15 or 10% off at Sephora. So this video is specifically only suggesting products that are still exclusive to Sephora at this time. Fingers crossed that Ulta gobbles these brands up over the next couple of years, and then there will be no reason for Sephora recommendations anymore. Just get it all at Ulta. So anyway, without further ado, I will list and link everything that I'm sharing in the description box down below. If you want to go read up more about ingredient decks or other people's reviews, I went ahead and linked everything for you. Again, these are products that I have used and in many cases have repurchased multiple times myself. So you know that they are tried and true favorites. If you're in the market, feel free to check any of these out. They do come highly recommended by me. Let me know if you have any questions. If you're wondering, why is there nothing from Virtue or Pureology or, Hourglass? Yeah, again, the reason is because you can find those things at Ulta. So let me know if you want Ulta recommendations videos in the future. Their sales tend to be, well, I don't know. Ulta is doing some different things with their sales, but I just never know when a 20% off coupon is going to float our way. So, but if you guys are interested in that kind of stuff on like a short notice type situation in the future, let me know and I will start making these for Ulta as well. Okay, let's get started with, let's talk skincare because why not? All right, Paula's Choice 10% Azelaic Acid Booster. So I'm going to say if you want to save a little bit of money on azelaic acid, I did just recently, I'm almost finished with my Peach Slices 10% azelaic acid. If you want to save some money, the two are very different textures. I actually prefer the texture of the Paula's Choice, but I found the results between the two to be quite similar. So, but if you're interested in trying something from Paula's Choice, I think this is a wonderful product to have on hand. The 10% azelaic acid booster combined with, and scroll with me here for a second, the Pharmacy Brighten Up 3% Tranexamic Acid Dark Spot Toner with azelaic acid. That combination of those two products has actually helped me manage my melasma on my forehead, which is triggered by both hormones and the sun. That's fun for me. I do like to use hydroquinone, but if you are familiar with that particular ingredient, you know that you cannot use it just on like a long-term basis. You got to cycle with it, right? So in between my hydroquinone, or when the melasma isn't super bad to like warrant a hydroquinone round, I have been using the Pharmacy Brighten Up Transamic Dark Spot Toner with an azelaic acid. I've used both the Paula's Choice and the Peach Slices, and that has given me some great results. So if you're struggling, I would say try that combination. Does it get rid of the melasma the way the hydroquinone does? No, it's not completely gone, but it lightens it significantly. So I don't know, for what it's worth, if you're not looking to use hydroquinone, that's something that I found that works for me. All right, next, I'm sure you kind of figured this might be in the recommendations after how much I harped on this particular barrier repair cream over the course of last fall and winter. I love this Alpine Beauty Super Peptide and Ghost Berry Moisturizer. It is fabulous, you guys. And I think especially if you have really dry skin, you would adore this. It is so rich, but not pore clogging. And it plumps up the skin so beautifully. I adore this. I will be repurchasing this one for this winter. So you're going to see this in my cart come November for the fall savings event. I have some other moisturizers that I want to use up during the summer months, but she is coming home with me again in the future, especially for the winter months. I just cannot say enough good things about this particular one. And if you have 20% off, I would say go for it if you are in need of a new moisturizer. All right, the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dew Drops. Or if you're interested in the new Hue Drops, I did review these, so I will link that review in the description box down below. Honestly, I thought these were going to be way too dark for me. I am quite pasty and fair, as you guys are aware. I get no sun. I really try my best to avoid sun exposure because I have a family predisposition to melanoma. And after years of tanning beds and frying myself in the 90s on trampolines with baby oil, oh my gosh, what were we thinking? Anyway, after all that and the amount of accumulated sun damage, I just avoid the sun at this point. So that makes me pretty pasty. But I will tell you what, these Hue Drops actually looked pretty great on me, despite the fact that the bronze was pretty intense. When I first squirted it out, I was like, oh, there's no way. But it shears out beautifully, really nice glow to the skin. I looked like I was on vacation. Now, here's the thing. Do I think that I will repurchase the Hue Drops in the future? Probably not, but I always repurchase the Dew Drops. I love this as almost like a primer in the morning. It also hydrates my skin, I guess, perfect amount for my oily skin type for daytime moisturization, if you will. And I've just been using them now for, I think, a couple years straight. I don't like being without these. They make my skin look so pretty. I love the fact that I'm getting some added niacinamide, which has been so great for the reduction of the look of my pores. I don't know. I really like this Glow Recipe product. There's actually another one down here that I'll kind of skip to really quickly while we're talking about Glow Recipe. It's also from their watermelon line. You just saw this in my empties, and I need to repurchase this during the sale, so it's currently in my cart. The Watermelon Glow PHA and BHA Pore Tight Toner. Ooh, it's perfect for daytime, you guys. It is not as oily feeling as the Paula's Choice 2% exfoliator. I love that product as well, don't get me wrong, but I have to use that at night because it does have it's like an oily sheen that it leaves on the skin. I don't love that for daytime. This has more of a watery texture that absorbs very quickly. I love using BHA around the clock, to be totally honest, because it really helps to keep my pores very clear. Because I have enlarged pores, they can fill up very easily still. And BHA is one of those few ingredients that goes deeper into the pore to actually clean it out. So if you deal with sebaceous filaments, if you deal with blackheads, BHA is where you want to be in terms of ingredients to help manage that. And this is a wonderful product. I will say, if you do not like fragrance in your skincare, this does have that watermelon scent to it, as does the Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dew Drops. But I don't think it's offensive, but if you just are a no fragrance person, then Glow Recipe is probably not the brand for you, in all honesty. Anyway, where should we go next? Let's do some Paula's Choice. Of course, there's Paula's Choice recommendations. We already talked about the azelaic acid. This is my sunscreen of choice, the Super Light Daily Wrinkle Defense SPF 30. I've been wearing it for years. I adore it. It works so well with my oily skin. It does have a tint to it, so I feel like it works with a wide variety of skin tones. There's no flashback. It doesn't make my skin greasier or oilier throughout the day. In fact, I think this kind of helps with controlling my oil production. This is a mineral SPF that tends to work the best for me. I don't have an aversion to chemical SPFs, like my skin doesn't mind them, if you will, but I just find that for my oil production, mineral SPFs just tend to be a little better fit. So love this, would recommend to anyone. All right, down here, you guys also know how I feel about the 20% niacinamide treatment. Yeah, it's a holy grail. I started with their 10% niacinamide and saw some pretty good progress. But when they released this 20%, I was like, oh, I wonder if that'll do even more. It did, you guys. It did absolutely have a bigger impact on the look of my pores than even the 10% did. So I continue to use this for maintenance at this point. It is not irritating to my skin, but if you have sensitive or delicate skin, or you've had a reaction to a high percentage of niacinamide in the past, obviously this is not the product for you. You can find lower percentages out there. But for me, this is kind of the standard at this point, and I love this product so much. I mean, you've seen so many of these in my empties. You just saw it in my empties yesterday, actually. So I love it. It's so good. Can we talk about how much this perfume is from Kilian? Holy cow. This is not a recommendation for you guys. This is just a reminder to me to try to see if I can find either a dupe or a travel size of this. If you've smelled this, will you let me know if it's worth it? Man, for $300, I really wish this was like 3.4 ounces. Don't you think it should be? I really think it should be, but anyway. Also, I'm not making the perfume, so I don't get to set the price. Let's go up here to some slightly less expensive recommendations for some yummy summertime, springy, summery fragrances, and then just a great year-round. Clean Reserve Sparkling Sugar. I love her. I did just buy this in the mega size, but you can also try it in the travel if you're interested. They do have a travel size available here at Sephora. If you want to smell just super sweet, honestly, I can't even say that this smells like a specific candy. It just smells like sugar. It is so good, but somehow it manages to not be cloying at all. I get so many compliments on this. People just really like this one. It's also a great one to blend with other fragrances. I love doing like a vanilla with the sparkling sugar. That's a great combination. For example, the Ariana Grande Mod Vanilla would be amazing with sparkling sugar. So anyway, if you're in the market for something sweet, check that one out. If you are in the market to smell like cotton candy, I would say check out Boardwalk Delight. I adore this one. So does my daughter. Honestly, this is one of the perfumes in my collection that I feel like I have to hide from her, because she will trot in my room in the mornings and try to douse herself with this before, puttering off to middle school. Ma'am, this is a $90 bottle of perfume. You are not allowed to like hose yourself down with it. So I think for Christmas, maybe I'll get Stella her own bottle of Boardwalk Delight. But anyway, if you want to smell like some sweet cotton candy, this is another one that gets me some frequent compliments when I am out and about, and it's great for the summer. If you're looking for just a great year-round vanilla option, I will never stop recommending the 7 Virtues Vanilla Woods. It is heavenly, you guys, and so many of you have purchased it based on my recommendation, and you have told me that you love it as well, and that just makes my heart so happy. I love being able to introduce people to new fragrances that they might not otherwise think about trying, and this one here was such an amazing find for me. I've already been through one entire bottle, and I'm almost finished with my travel size. I bought a backup of it before I even finished my first bottle. That is how much I love this fragrance. I will never be without it. I will be devastated if the Seven Virtues ever stops making this one. They did stop making another one of my favorites, the Blackberry Lily. How could they? Of course, it's always something, you know, that I absolutely fall in love with that gets discontinued. But anyway, my fingers are crossed this one sticks around for us for all eternity. It is just too good, and I will never be without it. In terms of some other recommendations here, the Pharmacy Green Clean Makeup Removing Cleansing Balm is always going to be a recommendation from me. This, I think, is my favorite cleansing balm of all time. It just works the fastest and I think is the most effective in terms of getting things off like the first go around. Waterproof mascara, SPF, makeup, it just gets everything off in the most gentle way. This particular Green Clean is the original, and it has kind of a fresh, clean scent to it. It's not overly offensive, but it does have a scent to it, so just be aware of that. But I adore this product. If you don't have 20% off at Sephora, I do have a 20% off discount code at Pharmacy, so I'll put the information for that down below. You know, you can purchase the tranexamic acid dark spot corrector there as well. So anyway, these are my recommendations for you guys. If you're in the market for any of these things, I have used them all. I love them all. And I give my full approval if you're in the market. Anyway, you guys, I appreciate you being here. Let me know if you actually have any recommendations for me for cruelty-free specific products that I might be interested in picking up during the sale. I definitely have a little bit of room in my cart now. So if you have a recommendation, let me know. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.